defenders and feeds right point, where Jones ultimately has a tic-tac pass, finds Franzen at the center blue, long wrister, and a save made by Martin again. Pushes ahead where Kalamazoo counters quickly. Right wing entry, it's Vitorik. Leaves there for Taylor. Long shot saved by Mack. The rebound, they score. Bloomstrand on the near doorstep taps home a rebound goal, and it's an early 1-0 lead for Kalamazoo. Well, that's not what you want to see to start the game. The Fuel with a nice series and sequence in their offensive zone, and rewarded with a couple of scoring chances. And then Kalamazoo on their first trip into the Fuel end of things were able to tap home a rebound on their first shot on goal of the game. Technically their second, I suppose. The shot from the right point by Taylor, and then things won, the Fuel nothing. 7:50 remaining in the first. Face off one back clean to Hall, right point, guides all the way into the slot, backhander saved, and on the rebound they score. On the far post, sure looked to be Kyle Stroh, and the Fuel have tied the game at 1 with less than 8 minutes to go in the first. Well, Hall did most of the dirty work on that one. If it wasn't Stroh, it was Vincent Arsenault. We'll have to take a look at the replay to confirm, but from the right post, after Hall was able to skate his way below the right face-off dot, pop one to the top of the goal crease, it was stuffed home, and as we take a second look here in-house, tough to see. I think it was Arsenault from the top of the crease. Lots of bodies in the play to start this game. Lots of slashes, lots of little hooks, and letting it go all the way so far is the referee Leduc. Here's Bly dancing out of the near corner. One save by Martin. The rebound, they score! From the near circle, it was lifted on a second effort. And in his first game as a member of the Fuel, it's Chris D'Souza giving his team a lead. First career professional period for D'Souza, and he's already got his first goal for the 24-year-old out of Mississauga, Ontario. Welcome to Indianapolis. It's 2-1 Fuel, and the time of the goal is 13:40 of this opening period. Well, bounced right back off of a stanchion in the plexiglass, and the Fuel now will enter on the left wing. Area feed to Masser, left circle, wants to center, has Jones in the slot, finds him, and that whistling wrister is saved by Martin from the Fuel. Somewhat lackadaisical as here's Neal, long pass through center into the O-zone. Now Bloomstrand picks his way to the high slot, wrist one on, he scores. Beat Caruth straight up from the top of the circles with a wrister to the glove side, and a short-handed goal for Neal, or rather Bloomstrand, makes this a 2-2 hockey game. I can't see clearly Scott Hillman's facial expression from my position across the way here, but I'm just going to go step out on a limb and say disgust would be palpable, as that power play not only failed to yield chances to score for Indy, but gives up a rather soft trick and nearly found it. And now unable to hold in a puck on the right point. Oh, there should be interference on Vitorik. Around him, though, D'Souza centers, they score! In transition, it's Red Fly on the feed by D'Souza, and the Fuel have a 3-2 lead. Chipped around the right point man, Vitorik with blatant interference on D'Souza, but the speed for Chris on display. His first pro game, his second pro point, as he buzzes down in the 2-on-1 on the left wing entry, finds Red Fly on the back door, and easy as pie, the Regina native taps it home, and the Fuel have their second lead of the game. It's 3-2. Pinballed a bit before Martin was able to turn it aside. And on the rebound, gathered in on the right hash mark for a feed center blue, it's Bruneto. Fires on that one, tipped wide. On the rebound, they score! Mike Duco off the end boards into the slot. It's a 4-2 lead for Indy. Two quick goals to start the third for the captain, Duco, the only player with NHL experience on this Indy roster. It's his 13th of the year. It's his 24th point. Opportunistic, sure, but it counts. And so the Fuel, their largest lead, it's 4-2. Fans love it. Chelsea Dagger sets the tone for this center ice draw. 16:48 remaining in the third. The Fuel with a statement to begin this final period. They need these 2 points. Minute 13 remains on this first power play for the Wings. Trailing 4-2. Quick shot from Neal in the left circle, and that's shouldered away by remaining in the third. Turned over, though. Here's Kalamazoo behind the net, threatening in the form of Correa. He'll try to cycle down below the goal line. It pops out right point for Torek. Winds and fires, and Carruth the save and holds on to it, and that'll stop time with exactly 6 minutes to go in the third. Our corner now near side posts on the return pass. And the left-handed shooter out of Grand Blanc, Michigan, will take the offensive blue line. Drops to Arsenault, guides in the slot, quick shot, Beveridge, he scores! Garrett Beveridge with the cherry on top, 5-2.